Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Saturday, the 10th of April 2021. Thanks for joining me. I got something in the post yesterday. I went to pick something up and the lady behind the counter, she said that she had something for me. Apparently this arrived in December, but it's only come through now. And I've got some apologies here from the post office. So Monica, thank you so much for sending me this. It has taken 5 months to get to me, and that's from Sweden apparently. So let's have a look at what you sent me, and thank you so much. I'm just being careful to hide any addresses or anything like that. Okay, let's see what we've got in here. We've got a card, which I'm going to have a look at in a moment, but we've got something here which looks very much like a deck of tarot cards. So, Monica, thank you again. Let's see what this is. We have got Spirit Air meets Joy, Inspiration, Intuition, Awareness. Monica Thenberg, Spirit Art Creator. Oh, great. Okay, so this is a deck of cards. Let's see if they are tarot cards or if they're different. And let's see what they have to say about this day. And what you'll be working with energy-wise, that's what these readings are about. They're for all signs of the zodiac. And I check what the cards have to say about the day's energy and what is coming up. So let me try and get this out of the little casing. Yikes. Okay. Do I have scissors anywhere? No. Sorry, this is going to take a while. I hope you've got a cup of coffee or something while you're watching this. Okay, come on. Come on, come on, come on. All right, there we go. Something's moving. Okay. I get the nicest messages from people. Thank you so much. Okay, let's see what these cards are about. Oh, okay. So this is not a deck of tarot cards. These are spirit cards. I've never used spirit cards. Let's see if I can read these. I think Monica has a little bit too much faith in me. Let's see what these cards have to say. All right. Let's have a little look. Just going to shuffle them a few times. I'm going to do my best to see what messages come through. All right, so I'm going to pick 3 cards or see what the cards tell me to do. First is in here. We have got humility. Always a fan favorite, not. Okay, we're not in a culture that teaches us to be humble. We're in a culture that says, blow your own horn because no one else will do it for you. Then we've got pray. Okay. And tenderness. Oh, how lovely. Okay, so humility is, I think it's very misunderstood. It's not about kowtowing and scraping and saying, I'm so humble, you know, pity me. It's really having the ability to look at yourself and to say, I don't know, or I may not have been right, or this is not something I'm an expert on, and that is okay. It reminds me of the Ace of Cups, and we've got all this blue here. That it does tie in with humility, I suppose, because you have to get in touch with your own feelings and realize who you are and what you're about if you want to be in a loving relationship with someone else. The Ace of Cups has to do with romance and love and feeling this sense of emotional abundance and like you have more than enough. And that's what I feel is being said with this card. We've got the 2 stems here, so we've got duality, and at the center we've got this beautiful flower which kind of looks like a gem. So the true value of the day and the true value is within you, that you feel good, that you are generous, that you're able to admit your own faults, that you're able to reconnect with other people and make it right. And that really is starting off point for any kind of relationship, because you're being really authentic and honest and you're not putting on some sort of a facade. So this is really great for relationships and enjoying the company of others, sharing your love with people and being generous. Then we've got pray. And we've got this cross at the center, which is really beautiful because prayer, well, not that I'm an expert, but it's supposed to be, I really think, an intersection between the spiritual and the physical. So you sit there, you humble yourself enough to say, I'm willing to talk to something bigger than me, something that may know a little bit more than me. And you make that effort to kind of connect. And then the cross is a symbol that you get a response. It intersects the physical. So the horizontal line is intersected by the vertical. And it means that spirit comes down and it actually gives you something. It responds. And I think that's it's a very common complaint with people who pray, that they don't know if their message has been heard or if there's even an interest. And that's why often it can seem like something that's very optional, because is anyone even listening? The card is saying that yes, someone is listening, and not only is someone listening, but you can really have a dialogue, and you can not only understand yourself, but you can understand your purpose in life by going within and really finding this center. And the humility card really sets you up to receive a message, because if you're really full of yourself, if you're kind of like, I'm right, everything I do is flawless, perfect, I don't need to listen to anyone or anything to kind of give me advice here, then you're not going to sit down and pray, are you? Because why would you? You know everything and you're always right. So you're not going to be particularly interested in the message of something bigger than you. So you're really set up for love, for connection, for getting guidance and feeling good. It's really I like the symmetry in the card, because everything seems to make sense. At the center of who you are, imagine this is your solar plexus. If you have that at your solar plexus, you really can't go wrong, because you exist in the physical world and you're being guided by your higher self. In my Instagram and Twitter, I know I've mentioned this before, but it's Gregory Scott 444. That's my username. And I put the 3 4s in there because to me that really is a vibration of trying to implement this, listening to what your higher self, and it doesn't have to be God or some sort of special force, it's just this sense of good that resides in you that is really giving you messages all the time, whether you hear it or not. And in recovery, they say, if you can't hear the voice of the universe or your higher power, it's not that the higher power is moved, it's that you've moved. And the way I've taken that is that, for instance, if you are full of self-righteousness and certainty, then you've moved away from this source of humility, this place of being receptive to something good, because you're very self-contained and you've closed off. So today, what happens is that you open up emotionally, spiritually, in terms of who you love, what you love, and you're really able to connect with the most positive emotions that we have access to. And you can have a spiritual experience, you can have a great understanding of yourself. So the veil is kind of moved aside from your eyes, and you really see that the center and the core of your being, you are love. There isn't anything that you have to be afraid of, things inside of you that are kind of roaming around and waiting to take you down. It's not about that. It's just connecting with your true nature, feeling good and feeling centered, and really being able to go about your day and to have a good time. Then we've got tenderness. And again, that's a word that isn't used very much, is it? Humility and tenderness, they're not really buzzwords. They're not that popular. Tenderness, I suppose, is making yourself vulnerable. And you can only be tender and compassionate with someone else when you know what pain feels like, or when you have compassion for someone else's plight or journey. And you look at that person, you feel what's going on with them, and you give them something of yourself. We've got this very interesting almost spiritual angelic figure here. The face is a vortex that sends out vibration. So I think what you look at and what you think about manifests your reality. We've got the purple wings. So the key to the day is really connecting with something otherworldly, something unmanifest, because like Red Bull, that gives you wings and you can free yourself. And at the center here, what is this? We've got like, to me that looks like, and I know it's not, but it looks like 2 hands locked together in prayer. And then we've got this blue aura around it and this little wisp reaching out to spirit. So really, asking for something bigger is going to empower you and it's going to liberate you. And you've got all the building blocks to get to that place. So this is, if you are totally disconnected from yourself and your own feelings, if you've been traumatized and you've completely shut down just to get through life and you're in survival mode, it's a safe day to open up, to receive a loving message and to strengthen yourself from that and to change the vibration and to move on. Because you're in touch with yourself and your own feelings, you understand what you've been through and what other people have been through. You realize that you're not disconnected, that everything is there for a rhyme and a reason, and that you slot in to the world and to other people the same everyone else does. And that connects you to people, gives you a sense of empathy, and allows you to use your spiritual strength and to channel it into someone else by being tender, by showing care and love. And also, not that we have enough, but this sense of emotional awareness and inner abundance enables you to really fall in love because your heart is open. You're not shut down and you're not going to be prickly or resentful. It's very unlikely because everything is centered within you. Your physical experience today is just as real as your spiritual experience. So if you meet someone new or if you do something that brings you joy, you're not only going to look at the physical reality of that person or thing, you're going to see the entire being. So you see the full package, you see beyond the appearance, and you look at the soul, and you can really get a great sense of what that person or that thing is about. So this is a really significant day. If you meet someone and you feel tender towards that person, really make sure that you honor that, because it's a signal that you've met someone who could be really important in your life and in your future, and who can bring this love out in you consistently. So basically you can fall in love either with the higher self, your own self, or another person. Number-wise, we don't really have anything, but I'm just being told that humility, the Ace of Cups, would be a 1. This is 4 because of the 4 points. 1 and 4 is 5. And I would see this as the High Priest, the Hierophant, which is another 5. So 5 and 5 is 10. 10 reduces to 1 in numerology, and 1 is about taking charge of what is going on, being the magician. So you're really able to channel that spiritual energy into yourself, and that strength then allows you to translate it into love and tenderness and being nurturing and caring for other people. If you struggle with relationships, this is a great day to try again, because things are opening up for you and things look good, and you're very unlikely to be bombarded with negativity. The one thing I can say on the downside is that when you're this open, sometimes it attracts negative people who really aren't interested in a genuine relationship and who just want you to take care of them. So if someone comes into your life today and they don't really offer you anything and they demand immediately, that may be a bit of a red flag. Because why? You don't even know me. Why are you demanding things of me? This isn't balanced. And that's what this day is all about, balance. So if it feels right, if it feels like there's an equal, if you want to reach out and be tender with someone because it comes from you and you feel they deserve it as such, everyone deserves tenderness. But if you feel that that's right and good and that you're not going to get your hand chopped off because you're helping someone, then please do it. So that's what I get for this day. Monica, thank you so much for these cards. Guys, I hope you have a wonderful day. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the book your reading button on the front page to order your reading with me. If you like this video, then please hit subscribe, like the video, and share the video online. And in my personal readings, I use tarot cards, which are 78 cards. Major, minor arcana. I use astrology and I use numerology, and I combine all of them along with my intuition to answer your questions, to give you messages that are helpful, hopefully, and give you some clarity. So if you would like to get in touch with me, it's gregoryscott.com. Have a fabulous Saturday, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.